back to my channel. Yes. Okay. So this new series, IDK Ask Him being Jesus Christ, all the things that I could ever need for him to be, he is. And I know that he's that for you too. So moving into this, I wanted my first episode to be about where it all starts anyway, with how we were brought up. Have you ever thought about how your upbringing affects literally every part of your life, your relationships, the way you go for things, the way you strive, the way your struggles are formed, even your faith? Like it's really seriously all connected. And I was recently scrolling on Instagram and I saw all of these posts where like people were saying, I blame my parents, I blame my parents, I blame my parents. And I'm like, okay. And at some point, I started saying the same thing. Actually, the Lord just took me through a season where I didn't even realize I was grieving, but I was. I'm not all the way on the other side yet, but I just have a little bit more language. And that's what I'm here to help you with. I didn't know until now that blame is just another word in the cycle of grief. So when you're grieving your parents or grieving your upbringing, you're essentially grieving human limitations. In your relationship with God, your parental examples, whether you have two parents in the home or not, are your roadmap normally for how you see God and how you approach Him. So there were moments in my walk where I would be in prayer sometimes. I wouldn't even be able to say Father God because I wasn't acquainted with him like that. I could see God as a deity and I could see him and approach him and respect him as somebody that was worth being honored. But because I didn't have total trust and confidence in my own natural father, sometimes it reflected on my relationship with God and how I approached him and what I could receive from him. Same for my mother. There is another side of God that is a nurturer. And he wants to give you good gifts, but he's a gentleman. So he's not just going to do these things and barge in. You have to give him permission to be your father. You have to give him permission to nurture you. And that is something that is really tough to learn, but it's doable. And the only way that you can do it sometimes is if you're honest about what you really felt and what you missed out on from your own parents. This is not to rag on them. I know we have great parents out there. I have amazing parents. I feel like they did a good job, but they are humans and every human has their limitations. So this is not anything to tear them down, but blaming is just a piece of grief. And at some point, you have to take ownership for your own journey because it can no longer stop you what they did or what they didn't do. You have to get to the point where you're more concerned about your future and what you're here to fix because it's not just about you. It's also about the people that you're called to and the people that need your voice to get their deliverance. Unfortunately, I think a lot of church culture has taught us that grieving or sitting too long is a bad thing, but I don't want to perpetuate that. I just want you to sit in all of your emotions and all of your things. Just sit with God. Don't do it by yourself, but don't let your feelings and your emotions take over, but bring it to the one that actually made you and knows you inside and out. The questions at the end of this video are meant to help you in your quiet time, and it's meant to prompt you back to the one that knows you. I will not stop saying this. God created us to consistently evolve. He never changes, but he created us to consistently evolve. So if you're not uncomfortable, if you don't feel like you're being stretched, something ain't right. Something ain't right, and we need to check it. And the better you will fight, I promise. So the questions at the end of this video, it's only going to be 5, but I want you to write them down in a notebook. Don't just screenshot it. Write it down in a notebook, and whenever you spend time with the Lord, make sure you sit, you answer these questions as honestly as possible, and you don't let anything distract you or take you out of that place until God says something. Even if he's silent, trust that he's working and rebuilding your heart because you are needed in this time. Literally, if you are still here, there's something for you to do. Don't allow what your parents didn't do or didn't say distract you from the fact that God is literally affirming you every day by waking you up. I know this was a quick video. They're all going to be quick, but the purpose of this, again, is to lead you back to God. Fortunately, we are in a time where it's a lot of distractions. It's a lot of people that you could be watching, but you should just be listening for God's voice and what he's saying about you and what he's saying about your role and what's happening in the world right now. So if you need to fast, fast. If you need to get off the internet, get off the internet. Do what it is that he's calling you to do so your family, generations after you, everybody and everything around you will be positioned correctly because you chose to say no now. You chose to say no to old patterns. You chose to say no to old things that your family used to tolerate. Make a decision and make a clear one. And let's do this. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be cute, but it'll be worth it. Please remember that God is a familial God, so it didn't just start with your parents. This has been a cycle that's been going on. Learn to give them grace while at the same time separating the things that you don't want to carry into your next anymore. Ask the Lord what it is that you need to work on for you, and not just for you, but so that you're positioned correctly for the people that you're called to help. I'm Ariel Elise, and I'm so excited for you and this journey you're about to take. It is not going to be cute, but it's going to be worth it. I love you. I'm praying for you. Stay tuned for the questions at the end. Bye.